All right, you guys, so it's time to talk Star Trek Discovery Episode 7, Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad. Guys, before we get into it, please make sure that you watch this video to the end so I can give you more details on our first giveaway, which is actually ending in a couple of days. We're giving away two $50 Visa gift cards, and the whole idea is for you to be able to go grab a friend and go to the movies for two and popcorn and dinner on me. There will be two winners. I'll tell you how you can qualify for that at the end of the video. All right, let's get into it. All right, so give it to me. What did you think? Star Trek Discovery Episode 7, Magic to Make the Sanest Man Go Mad. Did you love it? Did you not so much? So actually, you guys, I really liked it. I don't like the title, though. I will tell you that. So I haven't really liked any of the titles from the episodes that we've gotten from Star Trek Discovery so far. So that's one thing I will say that I didn't like. But I did like this episode. I like the fact that it was a lighter episode, and it came right on time because the last 6 episodes have been heavy. They felt very drastic. They felt very consequential. And I will give it to the people who have said that one of the issues with Star Trek Discovery is that it doesn't seem as hopeful as just kind of the series that we've had in the canon. I will agree with that, even though we've had some situations that have seemed dire. But this show does not carry kind of the hopefulness that some of the other series carries, or it hasn't so far. So I won't fight anybody on that. I definitely would agree with that. That's one of the reasons why I like 7 so much. It was a departure from just the weight of the narrative that we've had to deal with and dealing with this war that's going on. It was nice, right? It was fun. It was playful. The story was interesting, just enough to have you think, well, what's going on with the whole time loop? And I loved Harry Mudd in it. He brought a sense of humor that was great. He was reminiscent of the Harry Mudd that we see in TOS. So I really loved that whole aspect. And I will admit that this show did kind of have an element of wonder, as in I didn't know what the heck was going on with the whole time loop thing, and I kind of enjoyed the fact of how they brought that in. I enjoyed the fact that we got to see different parts of the ship. We kind of got to see the captain's kind of private research room. We got to see the party. I like the fact that most of this narrative was really kind of in-house. It was really all dealing with the different characters or the different people on the ship, and I thought that was really cool. So I enjoyed this episode all in all. I thought it was a lot of fun. We finally got to figure out what in the world was going on with the science officer and how he was in the mirror that one episode and kind of walking off doing something different at the same time. Well, now we know that the contact with the tardigrade, the DNA in the tardigrade, has affected him in some kind of way that he's actually able to travel between time zones, or in some cases in different instances of time. So we finally figured that out. Now, if there's more to that, I guess we'll see later. I am also interested to see what happens with the quote-unquote what looks like could be a budding relationship between Burnham and Ash. So I'm interested to see that on a lot of different levels. Number one, people have theorized that he is a Klingon. So if that turns out to be true, it'll be really interesting to see kind of how that whole thing works itself out. But it's also interesting to see how they will work this out in Burnham's character, because while she's not Vulcan and she's not even half Vulcan, and that's important to say, she does have heavy Vulcan influence, so she's not used to kind of this relational aspect or these feelings that are going on inside of her. So what I'm interested to see is if they pull her more back into kind of a Vulcan framework where she eventually just resists kind of those emotions, or if they develop her as just really kind of a character of her own while embracing these emotions but still having the Vulcan influence. That will be very interesting to see. I'm sure some people are going to complain about that, because I'm sure some people are going to say, with the Vulcan influence that she's had, and directly from Serac at that, she should not have those kind of feelings and things like that. But I would reiterate that this is a human female, not even half Vulcan, again, like her brother Spock, but she is a human female. And I also want to reiterate, and I've said it before, that Vulcans at their core are very, very passionate people. It is only through the practice of denying their emotions and only through the practice of embracing logic that they have become as they are. But I believe that they're always dealing with that back and forth within themselves. So it'll be interesting to see how all that plays out as well. We didn't get any info about the Admiral, so I want to know kind of what's happening with her, and I hope they don't drag us out and we like find out in episode 11 what's going on with the Admiral. I tend to think it won't be that long, but I do want to know what her fate is, and I do want to know if Captain Lorka has something to do with her walking into that trap. The suspicion is, and what I've heard kind of around the web, is that he does have some idea of what's going on. He knew exactly what's going on. I still maintain there's more going on with Captain Lorka than we realize, and I'm telling you, I would not be surprised in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and people have already told me I'm crazy, if he is not connected to one of those Klingon houses. That would not surprise me at all. So, all in all, though, you guys, I really did like this story. I really liked the narrative. Again, I liked how lighthearted it was. I thought it was interesting enough as we kind of tried to figure out how in the world that he was doing the time travel when we did, kind of how they wrapped that story up with the relationship with he and the young lady and the dad. So this has been a really, really interesting episode. You know, it's been fun, light, playful. I really enjoyed that. And I think it was smart for the producers to put something like that in episode 7 to give us a little bit of relief in the series. So I enjoyed it, you guys. I'm dying to know what you think. As I said, thumbs up, thumbs down. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. What I've been doing is I've been going back and looking at the other episodes to make sure that there was something that didn't fall through the cracks or something I missed or Easter eggs that I may have missed. If I did, you guys, please let me know what they are. Guys, I have a question for you. So I am kind of working on something where we're going to talk about the age of the different races. So I've been going back and watching a lot of the previous series and doing some research to look at the age of the different races. But I have a question for you. What do you think the age of Q is, and what do you think the origins of Q is? So I have a theory that actually dates back to TOS and a race we meet in TOS, and I'm not going to tell you what that is now. You guys will see that when I put out the video. And I wonder if that is kind of the origins of Q. I want to say, I could have sworn that in TNG there was an episode, but I wasn't able to find it, so I must be wrong, where Q says something about them starting out as humans. I could have sworn that was the case. Now, we know that it is possible because we do have some races within the Star Trek canon that do start out very humanoid, and then they develop into more, I would call them almost celestial beings. But so that is possible. It's not like that's not possible. So anyway, I just wonder what your thoughts are on that. Anybody have any ideas about the origins of Q? Let me know what you think about that, because I'm interested to know what you think. All right, you guys. So let's end up by, you know what? No, let's do this first, guys. Please make sure that you subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. We're gonna stay with it. We're gonna be doing more. I'm gonna share with you guys a poll I did on Twitter about people's favorite Star Trek series, which completely shocked me. I did not expect to get the results that I got. So you guys will talk about that also. So make sure you do all this stuff, like, comment, subscribe. Do not go anywhere, because I do want to end up by telling you about our first official giveaway. So here's what we're doing, you guys. We are actually giving away 2 $50 Visa gift cards for Movies for Two. The whole idea is that you can go grab a movie with you and a loved one or whomever, grab some popcorn, dinner on me. There'll be 2 winners, and we did that because a lot of stuff is hitting theaters this weekend. We got Thor Ragnarok, we've got Justice League, if you're excited about that, but a lot of different things coming out this weekend. You could save it and go see Black Panther with it in February, but hopefully, you guys, we're giving you something that's valuable. The only catch or the only caveat is that you do have to be a subscriber to the channel to qualify. There is a link in the description below. Click that link. It'll tell you what to do, and then you will be a participant, and in about 4 or 5 days we will announce the winners. And this really is just a thank you from me to you for all of your feedback, interaction, support of the channel. Hopefully you guys like what we're doing here, and with that, I will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.